Hi there, I'm Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a mini book. I have been creating some mini books using the photos from our road trip last year, and I thought I would actually create because there was lots and lots of different sectors to the trip, and I wanted to create a mini book to represent each part of the trip. Got one from, this is the traveling part, which I have already done. This was the whole London to Atlanta, Atlanta to Chattanooga in Tennessee. I'll link up this video below so you can have a look. It's quite a big mini book. I've also then got Savannah, our trip in Savannah. I actually made this before we went last year. I've included bits of like memorabilia and things like that. Lots and lots of little pockets there. So I will link up this one below for you as well. And then I've also created this paper bag mini, which again I will link up below. All the links will be in the description box. And this was a really fun stay. We added on an extra 2-night stay at Disney's Wilderness Lodge, staying in club level. So I will link this one up for you as well. But I'm kind of behind with my mini books because there were other parts of the trip. We're going on a trip this year, and I just thought it would be really nice just to have, like, I don't know what I'm going to do to actually put them in, but I just have visions of something to hold all the mini books together. So I've just got like a little mass of mini books about the trip. I just thought it would be really nice way to keep the memories. So if you have any ideas of how I can actually keep all the mini books together in one place, let me know. Today though, I'm going to be making a mini book about the Chattanooga section. So I've been printing off loads and loads of photos, and I'm going to be making that mini book with you today. So I hope you enjoy this kind of thing. Please do subscribe if you do. And let's get on to some creating. So this is the paper line that I'm going to be working with. It's from Simple Stories, and it's the Simple Vintage Traveller. I've got this from papermaze.co.uk, so I will link up everything below. But I'm just going to show you, this is my starting point. I started this yesterday, and like I said, I've printed off loads of photos. These are all in order. They're actually back to front, so I need to start this way. So these are all in order, and I've printed them all off myself with little white borders. Yeah, so I've been busy. I have used this paper line on something already. So what I've done, because it comes with these really nice dies, I do love dies. So I've actually taken out what I want to use because that just makes it easier. I've trimmed down some of the papers. Some of them I've left whole. I have got the 12 by 12 sticker sheet from the collection as well. And then some of the, like the papers, they come with the cards that you can cut out. So I've already cut them out just to make life a bit easier. These ones, and then there's some smaller ones, and then these I've just left as they are. So I'll see how those go. And then I've also, this was in, I keep jars of ribbon. I don't know what that was from, but I've kept it, and that goes quite well. It looks a little bit vintagey. And then I have a pile here. I've got some paper clips, a little clip, I've got some tags and various little envelopes. So I might even add some glassine envelopes. So that's how I'm starting. Now, when I do a mini book, this one as an example, I like to have a little theme throughout. So this theme, I use the leaves, and you will see them popping up on each page. Leaves and arrows it was actually on this one, and I just feel it always ties something in. It just makes it feel like everything belongs. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today. And I've decided I like colour. This is quite a dull range, and I need to bring in some colour. So I'm going to be using some watercolours. I've decided to paint the whole piece of this watercolour paper with really bright colours, and they will then be punched into hearts to add on the page. And that will be the one thing that I have that ties it all in, and hopefully then it will look really nice, or at least add a little bit of colour to the pages. So I'm going to do that now. I think we're going to go with pinky reds, and that hopefully will fix it. Let's add some water to this page. And the page can dry off nicely whilst I'm actually creating the mini book, so that should work really well, and they can just all blend in together. is my page. I've tried not to have too large areas with all one colour, purely because they're going to be small hearts and I want to get bits where you've got lots of different colours. So actually with that in mind, I'm actually going to add in a few little areas because I want the colour to be different everywhere. Some white bits and some faded, so this should work out really, really well. And now this can dry whilst I make the mini book. Now I'm going to start creating the pages. This I wanted as my first page. I'm thinking though I'm going to cut them down into half pages. So I'm going to fold all of them and then I'm going to cut them down. Now, because I like to have my mini books all on different levels, different heights, bits layering and overlapping, I've actually cut my papers into different sizes. So I've actually ended up cutting, I think, apart from that larger one there, the rest are all 3 to 1 piece. This I wanted as my main cover, but then I'm going to have it overlapping on here like that. So I'm going to put them in the order that I would like them to be. Everything is in order. I've actually ended up changing the front cover purely because looking at what I was wanting to use for my first page, which was this one, Let's Go Places. I had it on the map side originally, but it was just too hidden, whereas this obviously stands out so much better. I've got my layers, so I'm just going to give you a quick flip through so you can see how I've done this. And again, using all the different levels. For some reason, I always like keeping the top piece on there. I think I just like that look. And I've got the green back there and then a bit more green there. So I've got plenty of pages. Hopefully that will be enough. Obviously, I'm going to be making other bits and pieces as I go through. Now, the other thing I like to do, I just find it so much easier just to give it one staple and just keep it in place whilst I'm creating. I'm ready to start creating. I've already had an idea for what I would like to do along here. This paper here, I like the idea of a bit of yellow, and I'm going to use my favourite scalloped punch from EK Success. That's gone really well. I did actually bodge it up and I stuck it down too low and I've torn the paper. I was going to try and cover it up, but actually it is kind of like a vintagey looking book, so that can stay as it is. And now what I'm going to do is go through the book and just add anything I want to add at this stage. I've just put tape on here. I was going to just stick that down, but actually I've had an idea. I'm rubbing the tape off. This is what I like about using double-sided sticky tape. I've changed my mind and it's quite easy just to rub off. So, but I really like the idea of having Simple Vintage Traveller at the top there. I think that looks quite sweet peeping out. So what I want to do is fold that bit down. I'm just going to press that down and there is just a very, very small strip of glue. And then once that's dried properly, that will then lift up like that. Now I think actually I've changed my mind again. I am going to add my photos, I think, because then I can see exactly what I need to add. Right, I'm always very aware of mistakes, and I think it's really, really important when I'm making anything to show mistakes that I'm making, because I know with a lot of people you can be really downtrodden by making mistakes and you feel like you've ruined your project. I never ever think that way, and if anything I often feel that when I make a mistake it can often improve a project. Here I've just thought this is my largest page. It makes sense to put the envelope there. I've added the title there. This is all falling to bits, by the way. Actually that's not going to work either. I really wanted this bit to show and it's just not working now, so I'm going to undo this bit because I really liked to try the chance to take the risk adventure for such merchandise. I really like that, but that needs to go at the very bottom now, and I don't even know if that's going to show. No, I need to do something. I need to add another strip to be able to add that. Actually, now I can still, because I was going to fold the envelope. The envelope can now stay down. I wonder if this will work, just to give me that extra little bit. It's worked. So I've added that bit on the bottom, and I'm still going to leave this little torn bit because I like that. It is sticky on the back though, so I need to add something there. I've added a couple of die cuts. So here I'm going to be creating another kind of flip page, and I think I'll do the same. That was quite easy, the other one. I'm just going to fold this over and then attach the strip there, and then my photos are going to go here, and then the journaling can go on this side. I'm going to add this craft envelope on here. This was Holly's 19th birthday. And then I'm going to pop a tag in, I think, and journal about her birthday in there. And again, I like it when I've got bits peeping out. Now on this page here, I do want to add some journaling as well. So I've got an old glassine envelope. I'm going to pop the tag in there. This can go on the page. Again, I've got something else there just sticking out. I'm going to put this little travel die cut on here actually. Pop that on there at an angle like this, and I'd quite like to add it, but rather than cover up the other side, I'm going to cut that in half, and then this bit can go just under the photo so it sticks out. I'm now realizing that actually I've got quite a lot of pages still left, so I am going to add some of these extra bits, I think, just to try and fill the pages a little bit. Die cut cards are just so handy for that. I've also found this guide map to Rock City where we went on Holly's birthday, and I'm actually going to include this as well. Here's another example. I've managed to stick something to that. It printed off without the border. It printed right to the edge of the photo. I didn't want to have to print off another one, so actually I'm just going to add a die cut to the top. I'm going to create a little pocket behind this photo just to add some journaling. I've literally added the tape that side and that side. I'm taping that into place, and then this can slide in and out. I've got this die here, this card, and I don't need the airport bit, but I'd quite like to use the bit around, so I'm going to trim it, and then I can use it for my photo and to add a little bit of journaling, as I do have a story about this. Let's pop that there, and the photo can go there. Actually, no, I'm going to stick the photo over the top. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add some holes to add the ribbon to. So the book's pretty much sorted now. I've got a few more photos printing off, and I am just going to go round the outside in a black pen because I really like that look, and for me it just finishes it off. And this is also the time when I take a look at stickers and die cuts and then add any other bits and pieces. I think the yellow will look really nice there, especially with the yellow underneath. Really pleased. I've gone through and added loads and loads of extra pieces. I like doing it this way and then adding all the bits and pieces as I go through. I've lined everything with a pen. I'm not going to show you everything right now because I want to take my watercolour paper and I'm now going to punch out my hearts, and that's going to be, oh actually I was going to say that's going to be the finishing bit, but actually I've got to add the journaling still as well. Now ready to add all the hearts. I've taken those around the edge, so I've got a little bit of the white. I think it's a really nice contrast. I've also hand cut these larger ones. I really like getting the larger ones so you can really see the paints. They're really easy to do. I'll just do one quickly here. I'm just cutting out a square, lightly folding it over, and then cutting out a heart. Don't worry if it's not perfect first time. That one I could do with just rounding off those corners. I'll just go around again, and that should be a good one. There we go, really easy. And now I'm just going to add the hearts. So I've just printed off my journaling onto just some thin card. I'm going to cut it into strips, stick it on the mini book, and add a few handwritten journaling points as well. Are you ready for the final flip through? I am so excited to share this with you. It's just come out so much better than I even had hoped, and the pops of colour, as you will see throughout the book, really make a difference. So that's the opening page there, the cover, and then we flick through and I've added all these little strips. Actually I'm going to add a heart there. There we go, I've just added that. There you can see. And like I said, I love mini books with lots and lots of bits and pieces. I haven't added anything in any of the pockets yet, but I've got loads of tickets and loads of receipts, so I will be adding all those. Let me know if you have any questions when you're looking through. Just one of those albums where there's just so much to see. This is my favourite kind of mini book to make. And it's just so nice when you do something so special to have this really special keepsake afterwards. It's just full of so many special memories, and it just makes me really, really happy to have everything all in this one little book. This one was particularly special because I met up with my dad whilst I was there, and I don't see him that often. Don't always feel that you have to cover everything. I've left that bit blank there. I really like that. I don't always want to fill every single space. And there's my dad and myself. I really like the addition of all the little paper clips as well. It just adds another colour, another texture, and it just makes it just that bit more interesting. And there we have the final page. Let me know what you think of that. I'm so happy with it. So thank you so much for watching today. I'm so happy with this book. Really, really happy. I will link up the paper line below this Simple Stories Vintage Traveller Collection for you. So go and take a look. And like I said, I've now got 4 mini books from this trip, and I still have more to make. I would love to know what you think about how I can store these together. I almost maybe need a box or something like that, or it's almost like a great big traveler's journal, traveler's notebook, like journal cover or something, I don't know, or maybe a great big bow, something to keep them together, because they feel really, really special. I will link up the other mini book videos for you below so you can go and take a look. I love, love, love making mini books, and my #1 tip is to get everything together, have a theme throughout, get your photos printed and sit there and do them in one sitting. That's the best way to do it, because they really don't take too long when you're organised and you know what you're doing. Thank you so much for watching today. I would love your comments below. Please say hello. Let me know what you think of the mini book. Let me know if you've got any questions. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye.